Welcome everyone to this full moon reading for the month of September. So this full moon is in Pisces and it's on the 10th of September. Now this full moon in Pisces, Pisces being a water sign, it has the traits of sensitivity and faith. It's ruled by Neptune, which is about imagination, dreams and illusions. So these energies are going to play out a little bit for each sign differently. Now remember, the full moon is a time when we get clarifications and results from the questions and the intentions we set at the last new moon. It's a time of looking at what worked and what hasn't worked, and areas that you might need to tweak or let go of altogether. It's time for gratitude and forgiveness and acceptance of where you find yourself now. So please watch for your rising sign first, as I will be covering the houses that this falls in for each sign. Then watch for your sun and moon signs, because then that will give you a bigger picture of the energies for the month and how they're likely to play out for you. As always, these are general readings, general messages, so please just take what resonates with you and just leave the rest. Hello Capricorn. Welcome to your full moon reading for September. So this full moon is in Pisces and it's on the 10th of September. Now for rising sign Capricorns, this is playing out in your third house, which is ruled by Mercury, and it's all about communication, your immediate environment, your siblings, education, and possibly short trips. So we'll see how this plays out for you. Now the full moon is in Pisces. Now the traits of Pisces is sensitivity and also faith. Real believers, that belief. I love how intuition has come out. Now Pisces is ruled by Neptune, and Neptune is about imagination, dreams and delusions. So we'll see how both those energies, the Piscean energy and your third house energy, how they come together and play out. Have faith in your dreams. That's that faith that is a Pisces trait. Oh, that was very quick. Realization, nice. What other messages do you have for Capricorn for this full moon, free spirit? Oh, I love when these two cards come out together, especially in that order. It's the ending, the absolute ending, and then the victory, the coming home and the celebration of it. And I love the way they head in the same direction. It's the beautiful progression. You know, it's the end of something that could have been difficult, and then you move forward in celebration. And it's the endings that bring celebrations. It's the endings that bring, yeah, just good things. And the Four of Swords. Okay, interesting. Okay, Capricorn. So we have the numerology oracle and we have 22 intuition. So for the sun and moon Capricorns, this is your overall energy, And it also will be if you're the rising sign, but the rising sign, your third house will have a big part to play in it as well. We have the moonology, the waxing crescent moon. Have faith in your dreams. We have the Queen of the Moon oracle, the number 3 and realization. The Universal Rider-Waite Tarot, we have Death and the 6 of Wands. And in the Witch's Tarot, we have the 4 of Swords. So let's see where this is guiding us, Capricorn. So intuition and 2-2, which is your 4. So your 2 is all about intuition. It's all about balance. It's all about patience and peace and trust. It's diplomacy. It's all about slowing down. It's listening rather than talking. It's cooperation. So that's the 2s, and you've got 2 2s in this card. And then they make 4, and 4 is your organization. It's the planning. It's work. It's focus, concentration. It's taking care of the little details. It's being methodical. It can be also signify being very busy, but you're committed. And it's very stable and very tied in with security. And your intuition is guiding you forward. Your intuition wants you to allow it to play a bigger part in your life. Your intuition is what's going to help you in this next cycle. Because my moon readings go from the full moon to the full moon, or the new moon to the new moon. So it's a 4-week cycle from full moon to full moon. And you're really being asked, Capricorn, to go with your intuition. Now, you're naturally very good at the 4 number, but you often use your logic more than your intuition. And there will be, that will have a part to play, because you do have, the 22 becomes a 4. So there is a part to play in that. But your intuition is really, it really wants to come to the forefront. And I feel that it's, are you starting to doubt that you can bring your dreams to life? Are you finding yourself lacking faith a little bit? Are you finding that you're not really trusting that things can work out well? I often find, I love this card, and I often find it comes up in readings when you get to the point where you've tried maybe a few times and you just don't seem to be able to get over a hump or a hurdle. And this card reassures that you are on the right path. And that hump in the road, that bump in the road, the pebbles that trip you up, they're there because there's something that you need to become aware of. They're slowing you down so you can see what you need to see. They're not there because you're on the wrong path. They're not there as a way of saying to you, this is not going to happen, go back. No, they're there because you need to come to the realization of something. And it might even be the realization of how intuitive you really are. How intuitive you can actually be, and how accurate when you trust. There's something that you need to realize. There's something that you need to see. And I feel that this full moon, you're going to get clarity. And I love that we finish on the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords, it's not very well depicted in this this particular deck, but in the Rider-Waite, it's somebody laying down, and it's my meditation card. It's my it's have a rest. You need to slow down, have a rest, and give yourself a chance to look at something differently. Because the Swords is your mind. It shows clarity. And I find, you know, keyholes are normally tiny. This is huge. You won't miss it. You won't miss this understanding, this realization, this thing you need to see. You won't miss it. But that's why you've got these bumps in the road. It's to slow you down so you don't miss it. And this realization, I feel for you, Capricorn, is what sets you up for this celebration, this victory. The Death card is not an easy energy to embrace. And I actually like the Death card a lot in my readings, because I find that it depicts the end of a cycle, but it's the major arcana, so it's the universe bringing about, or helping us bring about, the end of a cycle. It's the universe saying this cycle is finished because a new one needs to start. And it will, if you don't, it will bring about changes. It will bring about endings. The more we can embrace the ending, the easier it is to move on from it. So Death doesn't want us to stay stuck in that energy. Death is moving through. Now, you can allow this ending to completely flatten you, and you can get stuck in the pain that's caused, because endings are not easy. They can bring up so much fear, but they can bring up sadness. Even if things are ending and we're moving on to something better, there can still be sadness in us for what was. But we need to see it. We need to acknowledge it. But then we need to move on. Death doesn't want us to stay stuck in the ending. It wants us to acknowledge it. It wants us to go, okay, that didn't work out. But I've learned so much about myself, because we do. Endings bring us so much clarity on how we have changed, how we are no longer the same person we were a year, 2, 3, 4, 6 months ago even. And I love that, you know, I mean, the priest is praying. I love how the other adult is kind of like, oh God, I don't want to look at this. I'm kind of like, I can't handle this. And the child is just there. It's very much in its natural state. It's, oh, here we go. Okay. Because a child, as children, you think back as a child, you were very used to things ending. I mean, you crawled and then you walked, but you didn't get caught up that, oh, I don't want to crawl anymore, I can walk. Why would you keep crawling when you can walk? Why would you walk when you can run? As a child. We don't seem to have that same energy as we get older, but you know, it's that kind of thing. It's a child looks forward to the evolving and to the growing because it sees so clearly the benefit of it. But we as adults, we get to a point where we think we've learnt it all, and therefore the letting go just causes us pain because we can't seem to come to terms with how evolving and growing is always, always beneficial. It is never detrimental. And I find if we can think of the child, especially the very young child, nothing that it learns is detrimental. Okay, might make it be a bit more naughty, but you know what I mean? Like, you know, it starts off on milk and then it goes to very soft foods, and then before you know it, it's chewing on a steak, but it had to work its way up there. And and I want you to think of holding that child back just on milk and not allowing it to chew, to evolve to really nourishing foods, because in some way it's like, oh no, that's change. I mean, I'm even struggling to say that out aloud because it just seems so ridiculous. We know that's ridiculous. But on this level, Capricorn, you also have to realize that not wanting to evolve and grow and change is the same thing. Celebrate. Really feel the victory, Capricorn, of every new thing that you learn, of every lesson. You know, our lessons, they're hard come by. They are difficult to learn. There's often pain associated with them, and hardship and struggle, or just a lot of effort. We need to celebrate them. Because if we don't, then there's almost no beauty in it. And it's in this energy of victory over the past, victory over what was, victory over death, the ending. Moving forward with joy and celebration. Knowing that you are wiser than you were before. You walk into your next journey with more than you had before. Maybe not physically more, but definitely more knowledge, more understanding, more clarity. And every journey brings us closer to our authentic self, closer to our soul's path. I think that's what you're going to be seeing. That's what you're going to realize. I think, Capricorn, you're going to realize there's something that has caused you a lot of pain, anguish, something really difficult, because I'm seeing the death card in your reading as something that was really not traumatic for all of you, but for some of you. And I think you're going to get to the realization where there's a bit of hindsight maybe, and you're going to be able to look back and go, oh my gosh, I am so much better now. That whatever I went through was so worth it. And your intuition's going to be guiding you. So you're going to start to see things probably on an internal level, probably inside of you first. Suddenly, are you going to notice that, hang on a minute, that used to be something that would have really annoyed me or freaked me out, and it didn't now. That kind of inside awareness that makes you realize, wow, I've changed. And you're going to realize how profoundly you have changed. And we finished the reading, Capricorn, with the Four of Swords. And like I said earlier, this is my meditation card. This is my card that says slow down so you can assimilate everything that you've been through. You can work through what has happened. You've got time to heal from it. Clarity will come. Understanding and realization of what it was all about will come. And you won't miss it. I promise you won't miss it. But right now, I feel like you need to move forward out of this energy of sadness, regret, not wanting to really move forward, feeling like there's too much to sacrifice. But move forward. Allow your intuition to guide you. Have faith. It's not time to put your dreams on the shelf yet, Capricorn. Keep them close to your heart and keep moving forward. I'm going to leave you with those messages, Capricorn. Love and light, my friends. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.